Good morning, students. Today, as you can see, we are going to start the poem The Road Not Taken. Yesterday, I gave you this poem to you for poem recitation, and I hope you might have learned the poem recitation that was done very properly in the two videos that I sent you. Today, we are going to take up the explanation line by line so that you can understand the poem, its stanzas, and its theme properly. So let us start. The Road Not Taken. The poem is written by well-known American poet Robert Frost. He is very famous, and the poem is also very famous because this poem has a great message. It applies to our life. So let us start from the first stanza. This well-known poem is about making choices and the choices that shape us. Robert Frost is an American poet who writes simply but insightfully. Insightfully means he has he gives great ideas that applies to our life about common ordinary experiences. So this is about the choices that we make in our life on day-to-day basis, and we also make important decisions at various stages of our life. So the poem is literal as well as metaphorical in its meaning. So the speaker of the poem is going through a forest, that is wood, and he in his journey reaches to a point where the road is diverting into two. There is a fork, means the one road diverged into two. So that is an important point on his path. The two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Yellow wood signifies that it is autumn season because all the leaves of the trees have turned yellow. That happens in an autumn season. So two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. So you can see, we can imagine that the speaker is going through a dense forest. He is moving on his path, and suddenly he comes to a point where his road is diverging into two. The two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. He feels very sad because he cannot travel both the path at the same time because he is one traveler. One traveler means he is one traveler, so he can only travel a single path. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could. So, in order to decide which road he should travel, he kept there standing because he was in a big dilemma, in a big confusion that which road he should choose. So, to make a proper right decision, he took some time and kept standing there for quite some time to make his final decision. So, what he did to make sure, he tried to collect information about both the roads. He looked down one as far as I could. He looked at the one road up to the point where it bent in the undergrowth. Undergrowth means dense growth of the forest. So beyond that point, the speaker could not see. So he looked the first road up to that point where it took a turn. Bent means it took a turn. So he did it to make a proper decision. Let's go to the next stanza. Then took the other, just as fair and having perhaps the better claim. Then he took the second road, and the second road was looking equally fair. Fair means nice to travel, and having perhaps the better claim. he thought that the second road looks better than the first one because it was grassy and wanted wear. Why he thought that the second road is better? Because it was full of grass, and wanted wear means less worn. Less worn. Less worn means less people traveled on it. So he tried to choose a road which was less traveled by people. Grassy again, full of grass. So these are the words that you can find the meaning. These are new words for you. So though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. Now just after making decision, the speaker thinks that he cannot decide which road is better because both roads looked equally worn out by the people who travelled on them. Though, as for that, the passing there means by the way of passing, both the roads had worn them really about the same is equally. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Why he thinks that both the roads are equally? Because on both the paths there are yellow leaves fallen on them, and on the leaves no steps were taken. You can see trodden black means the footsteps falling on the leaves that are lying on both the paths, means turned black by falling the foot by the feet of the people who were walking there. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Now, because he has chosen the second road and he wants to satisfy and himself and justify his decision, so what he says, "Oh, I kept the first road for another day." Means he said to himself that, "Okay, I will travel the first road some other day because at present I can only travel one road." Yet knowing how way leads on to way. After just saying this, he's, he was not sure because he knows he has experience of life. And he says that yet knowing how way leads on to way means when he will reach the end of that road will lead to another road. Means that will he will start on a journey on another road. So I doubted, means I had doubt if I should ever come back. So this is the knowledge and experience which says that it is not possible to travel the first road because when he will reach the end of the first road, the second road, then there will be another road. So this is not possible for him to come. He had doubt. He is not sure that he will ever be able to come back and travel the first road. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere edges and edges hence. Now the speaker thinks himself in some future time after this decision. And he says that I will be telling to somebody about my decision, about my choice. And then I will be telling about this choice with a sigh. With a sigh. Sigh is a deep breath when you are helpless, when you have no choice, when you cannot do anything, then you take a deep sigh. Okay, so he will be telling to somebody about his decision after many ages, means after a long time. So that will be a future time when he will be telling about his decision to somebody. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. He would be telling like this, and I took the one less traveled by, because he chose one road which was less traveled, and that has made all the difference. And because of his decision, of his choice, his life has been different, and his choice has made his life different. So whatever life he has lived, that is because of that decision he made on that particular moment on that road when he was trying to make a right decision. So all the difference means whatever he has achieved in his life, that is because of that particular decision. So this poem, as you can see, is not only about a speaker's journey on a simple road. This is an important poem about the important choices that we make in our life, and those choices have great impact rather, on our career, on the type of life that we live. So it is about making a difficult and important decision that will decide our life after that, that will decide our career. So it's not easy. I'm going to highlight the new words that you will write in your notebook. Yellow wood stands for uh, the yellow leaves in autumn season. Undergrowth means dense forest of the wood. Bent means a twist or turn. And in this stanza already I have highlighted the new words. Trodden black means trampled by the footsteps. Again, the last stanza. Sigh means deep breath. So you can write the meaning of all these new words. That is the summary of and explanations of all these new words. You have to keep in mind the new words, write them in your notebook, and complete the question answers with the help of a link. Some new words are already given here. You can write them, and some new from the poem.